I want to see massage therapists reclaim our industry. I want to see massage therapy in your hands as a licensed massage therapist, using the skills that you've collected throughout your career to teach new people with aspiring hearts and minds to enter our industry with the best shot they can possibly have. And I think that the best way to go about that is by creating training programs by experienced massage therapists, bringing new students as apprenticeships into their place of business, immersing them in the culture, fostering meaningful professional relationships, and teaching them the skills that they actually need in practice. When I went to school, my education was terrible. I was treated like garbage by my instructors and the administration. And while I know this doesn't represent all schools, it does represent everyone who went to my school. And I won't say what their name is because I don't think that's fair, but what I will say is a change needs to occur. I mean, the very fact that nearly half of everyone who is entering our industry right now washes out within the first year is unacceptable. I've met people who entered the industry and within 3 months ruined their elbows and wrists. And that is a problem. And I think that if we had facilities that had mentors in them, they would be invested in the students that are going through their program because they have the hopes that they're going to work for them whenever they graduate. And if they don't, they still have a solid foundation built within an environment of massage therapists who live with love and have the heart of a healer. So today we're going to talk about 20 CSR 2197-4.030 Apprenticeship Training Program. Specifically, we're going to be dialing in on Section C. And under Section C, it says 100 clock hours dedicated to the study of anatomy and physiology taught by one of the following. 1. A certified mentor with an associate, bachelor, or advanced degree in science-related field from a college, university, or other institution of higher learning in the United States accredited by a regional accrediting commission recognized by the U.S. Department of Education that includes a course of study in anatomy and physiology. Such degrees include, but are not limited to, physical therapy, chiropractic, osteopathy, medicine, nursing, chemistry, or biology. My issues with this is that the number of massage therapists that fit this bill are so few and far between that it's just not going to happen. You may run across an occasional nurse. You may run across an occasional chiropractor. But by and large, you're not going to find the main body of massage therapists who want to take their career to the next level and teach other people. They just don't have the background in most situations to be able to take on this role. 2. A school, college, university, or other institution of higher learning in the United States accredited by a regional accrediting commission recognized by the U.S. Department of Education, a massage therapy program approved by the Missouri Coordinating Board for Higher Education, or an out-of-state school approved by an agency equivalent to the Missouri CBHE. So with this one, I reached out for some more clarification. I reached out to the Board of Therapeutic Massage in the state of Missouri. I asked them, I said, if I don't have the requirements in order to teach the A&P section, could I have another certified mentor who has the same skills and has the certifications in the state of Missouri? Could they teach the A&P? And their answer was, quote, if you do not have the qualifications to teach A&P, then the A&P must be taught at a college or a university. My specific email that I wrote to them is I said to them, I want to create a massage apprenticeship program, but I do not have the required education to offer the A&P section of the training. I've been told by the gentleman who I spoke to on the phone when I called that all the training must come from the same mentor. What I would like to do is either work with another mentor who has the background to teach that section of the training or work with a local school like the Healing Arts Center to provide that training. If this is not possible, I would like to know the steps required to make legislative change to allow this to be the case. It is in my opinion that the best training a student can receive is from someone who is actively in the industry, invested in each student, and wants to help cultivate their long-term success. The washout rate of the massage industry is too high due to injury and general burnout, and I confidently believe these numbers can be lowered if LMTs of our industry had a way to directly improve our profession and the education of students. I believe the public will receive safer and higher quality massages when they're taught by the men and women who live and love massage. This is also a great opportunity to bring the LMTs of Missouri together to actively work on improving the safety, quality, and longevity of our trade. Our industry needs to proclaim its culture, have a community, and work together to foster the greatest massage era of all time. So based on the response, the answer is no. If you don't have the whole package, then you got to either tie off with the school, find someone who already has that education. If they already have the A&P requirements, then it qualifies. But then you're hunting amongst people who traditionally don't go into massage therapy. Most massage therapists, in my opinion, come from a background where we never really had much. We didn't have, we've always had a great sense of touch. We love people and we want to help. The classroom environment wasn't our thing, and doing a hands-on class, doing a trade where we were able to help people with our hands and our heart is what we want. And a lot of us are not academic in that regard. So if we're having to hunt for people who have already gone to school and they're in that system, they're probably not really compatible with how the big brushstroke of massage therapists are, because we're intuitive creatures, we're emotional creatures. A lot of us have never really been good at school, and I don't mean to pass judgment, but it's just what I find. People pursue massage for a specific reason. They didn't want to become a nurse. They didn't want to become a chiropractor. That just doesn't seem to mesh with the majority of massage therapists. And so if we're looking at a way to recruit from the people who are massage therapists in their heart, we need to be able to pull from that group of people, not the ones who are all right with sitting in a classroom 7 hours a day or pursuing this college degree that ultimately amounts to nothing. We want the people who live and love it and want to be in the service of others. And the way that we do that is that we cultivate the people who have that quality of touch, that heart space that is unique to a transformative massage therapist, someone who wants to live in the service of others. And I just don't think that if we're having to limit our pool of prospects from people who already have the A&P education, or the people who are a chiropractor or a nurse or what have you, doesn't work. I think that it will take our plummeting numbers and dig them deeper down and make it more difficult for us to recruit and train the people who should be massage therapists. The third section, which is 3, a certified mentor with 15 semester hours or 25 quarter hours in science or science-related courses from a college, university, or other institution of higher learning in the United States accredited by a regional accrediting commission recognized by the U.S. Department of Education. All coursework must have a passing grade, and at least 8 semester hours or 15 quarter hours of the course study shall be in anatomy and physiology. For the purpose of this regulation, a semester hour is equivalent to 15 clock hours, and a quarter hour is equivalent to 10 clock hours. So I want to jump into my gripe here. Okay, as massage therapists, we're seeking continuing education according to what it is that we do. There is no part of what we do as massage therapists that would indicate that we would go to school, for us to go to a college or a university to continue an education that has nothing to do what we do. But most of us, we're taking MFR training classes, we're doing energy work classes, we're doing, Thai yoga massage, we're doing deep tissue work, we're maybe taking business or ethic classes that are CE proved. And, going to school in this capacity, it doesn't mix into where our profession goes. Just doesn't make any sense unless you're looking to jump out of the industry. And what we're wanting is people who are staying in the industry and want to invest in the future of the trade. We need to be able to take the people who have the skills of massage to teach people how to perform massage. And if, as a certified mentor, if the only people that you can draw from are people who already have the education, that makes that far more difficult. So this is what I propose. This is what I think needs to be done. I think that on the legislative level, this document needs to be changed. We need to make it so that LMTs can pair off with other certified mentors. So certified mentors can pair off with certified mentors who have this skill, and that we can do supervised training where we have someone with who the A&P background can teach our students if we don't have the education for it. Or we need to have access to being able to work with the schools. So for that period of time, they could go to the Healing Arts Center or some other location and be like, we just need this section taught. And we create an agreement with those schools. And what that will do is it will create a relationship. Instead of us operating from a position of scarcity where you have the apprenticeships and the schools fighting with each other, we can work together in order to create a meaningful and beautiful community. There's so much business, we don't have to fight. And the people who want the schools, and the people who want the apprenticeship model will want the apprenticeship model. So we can work together. At that point, it's just a matter of developing relationships. I think it also opens up the doorway for certified mentors to come together and build kind of like their own little school space, or even create opportunities where they work together to take this basic level of education, bringing in different kind of certified mentors from different areas throughout the community to teach these students so much more than they're going to learn from just a general instructor, or even someone who's never practiced massage and they're just teaching a program in school. I think that this model, by changing how it reads so that it can open up the doorway for the certified mentor to, one, work with other certified mentors, two, work with the schools so that we can build that relationship, or three, change what the education requirements are in general. I mean, I don't know about you, but it sucks to know that all the training that I received under A&P has no correlation to me being able to teach. So a few ways that we could look at that. We could come together and create organization where we talk about what are the minimum teaching requirements in the state of Missouri for massage therapists, and we create a self-regulating body. And within that self-regulating body, we could come together and say, you know what, we know how hard it is. Most people don't know what to do, because in that documentation, you're like, where do I start? It gives you kind of a vague idea, but you don't know where to go from there. So what I would like to do is work together with the other massage therapists of our industry and be like, okay, let's create a baseline curriculum where every apprenticeship can be custom tailored to match whatever mentor is running it, but they get the bare bones in there so they can make it better. We could also cover some areas of continuing education. Say we could talk about some of the things that are really important, like what is ethical conduct for an instructor in the classroom? How do you create curriculums? How do you create lesson plans? How do you create a learning environment? And then there are organizations that already exist that we could pair off with, like the AFTME, which they provide an excellent training program to take someone who is interested in instruction and turn them into someone who fosters a learning environment and makes people want to learn. Such a great program, using the resources that we have at our fingertips that have been created by massage therapists to enrich the industry. This system could also be used by the schools themselves. If we create this alliance, this coalition, we can vet massage therapists who want to become instructors, make sure they have the education, and then giving them that additional stamp of approval whenever they're applying to work for these schools. I don't know about you, but I've had some terrible instructors. I was threatened by one of my instructors. I was sexually harassed by one of my instructors. And that kind of stuff should not exist in the massage industry. My journey started off horrendous. And I know that there's a lot of other therapists who are in the industry now, others who didn't enter the industry whatsoever, based on how the school itself treated them. So we need to have some kind of self-regulation. We need to have something where we say, look, this is the core of being an instructor, and we want to make sure that you meet these standard requirements, and we give a means for the students to kind of reach back out and say, this is this. But of course, we got to be fair and realistic and professional with it. What I would like to do is put something together with the community. How do we take our industry and return it back into the hands of massage therapists? How do we save our industry from being destroyed? And how do we return the culture and the community to it so that we're surrounded by caring, loving people who are invested in the wellness of others? Our industry is comprised, the entire workforce is massage therapists. I want to see the LMTs who run their facilities, who've taken up the role of leaders, and give them that opportunity that's being to actually create what massage therapy was always supposed to be, to give these massage therapists the opportunity to work somewhere where they get to fulfill their dreams, to reach for the sky and live the life of a healer instead of operating as a factory worker, working for some mega chain who doesn't even care about them. So this is what I propose. I would love to get together with whoever it is that is interested in this. I would like to lobby the state of Missouri to change some of these guidelines, and so we can take the massage industry and put it back in the hands of every massage therapist in the state of Missouri.